Welcome to the first installment of the Stay Sharp series. I'm here with Lloyd. We are both, as you can see, still representing Hilltop's Harry Holidays. Today we're going to focus on upper and lower body separation as it relates to first step. Now this could be applied on the base paths, defensively, anywhere on the baseball field where first step is crucial, being able to make a play, steal a base, any sort of physical movement. Okay? Now what we've been focusing on up to this point is we've been focusing on the lower half and the right side of the body, trying to release the weight forward. But in doing so, I think we've kind of neglected the fact that the left side of the lower body is crucial to be able to work hand in hand with the right side, and especially the upper body, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Okay? Today we're going to focus on upper and lower body separation. So if I put my finger here on my mid-thigh, and I put it here on my mid-oblique, and if I don't have upper and lower body separation, and I just spin before I go, there's no separation. It's a very short distance, and I'm going to probably take a really small first step. It's going to be really choppy, and it'll take me longer to accelerate to full speed. Okay? Now, if my upper body works, and my upper body gets ahead of my lower body as the push phase is happening here, so I'm going to be pushing and using my upper body to get ahead of my lower body. Now I create upper and lower body separation. So with the right amount of core strength and hip flexor flexibility, I'm able to now snap the leg through, which creates a very explosive first step. And if you want to use an analogy, we'll use the analogy. Imagine you're sitting on an airplane and you're about to take off, right? And you want to try and keep a forward body posture on the airplane as the airplane is first accelerating. So if you relax and you don't use your core, okay, as soon as that plane takes off, what do? You fly back in the seat, right? Otherwise, if we want to try and keep a forward body posture, okay, we have to initiate the core, okay, and we have to have a really strong core. And now, when that plane takes off, I use my core to stay forward until the plane reaches a certain speed, and then it's easy for me to just stand straight up. So if that analogy makes sense to you, you got to use the core, okay? And then obviously the legs are going to have to snap through. Second part of this, to illustrate it even further, we've got our power band here that we've been doing these drills throughout the fall. Okay? And we've really been working on the rotational aspect of it, but the rotational aspect of it basically is, okay, your upper body working ahead of your lower body and then using the resistance to create even more tension to make it harder to snap the leg through. So we've been focusing a lot on releasing the front side and getting the upper body to go ahead, but now we're going to focus on getting the upper body to work ahead of the lower half and then driving the knee through. So in slow motion, it'll look something like this. Body ahead, leg snaps through. Okay? Body ahead, leg snaps through. So that's the key component of this drill right here, is focusing on getting the upper body ahead of the lower body and then snapping the left leg through. Okay, last part. Now, we're talking about a very small physical movement in terms of pure movement with the push phase of this. It's a very small movement right there we're talking about, okay? And you're using the largest muscles in your body to make that movement, so it's pretty easy for your body to do that, the push phase, okay? The upper body, you've got smaller muscles up here, okay? But it's actually a larger physical movement relative to the one that your lower body's making, and it's got to get ahead of your legs. So the upper body's got to be extremely active and aggressive to be able to get you ahead of the lower body, because this is working really quick and really efficient. So this has to be happening at the same time, but again, it's like the airplane thing. You got to get ahead by using the core, and now we're talking about the arms. Okay? The arms have to be extremely efficient, so whether you want them on your hips here, down here, okay? I'm not a big fan of having them up here because there's tension in them, okay? And if there's tension in them, okay, the tendency is going to want to be to create additional momentum by going back and then through. Whereas we're trying to get the arms to be as efficient as possible. We need them to go from dead to movement forward to give ourselves a chance to get ahead. If these go here and I start to go, my legs will be even with or even ahead of my upper body, and I'll stand straight up. Okay? And I'll use the analogy of this. If I'm going to try and hit Lloyd, if I'm going to hit Lloyd, okay, from here, okay, it's extremely efficient, right? He has no time to get out of the way. Okay? Heads up. All right. Now, if I make a larger movement and I try to pull back using that same force, okay, and I pull back, I got no chance. Okay? He's just going to bob and weave right there. Okay? So really efficient with the upper body, and really efficient with the upper body and the arms making that movement to get yourself ahead. And once you get these things ahead, while this is pushing, all that's left now is the pull phase, and that's all that is hip flexors and core strength. So go to work on that over the break, stay sharp, and have fun.